We're here with Scott Schaeffer. Scott, everybody knows this story. You have been wrongfully convicted of a murder back in 1986, Ricky Wolf, and speeded up to date. Right now, you and Billy Hendricks are moving forward in the attempt to get exonerated from this crime based on all the new evidence that has come out. So tell us a little bit about what's going on. I know you can't get into the weeds with the attorneys and everything, but tell us as much as you can about what's going on from this point.
Well, we're absolutely our final ending is to get the exoneration of Billy and I because we're both wrongfully arrested. I believe maliciously prosecuted. It wasn't something off the hip that they did. It was something that I think that was well thought out and planned. And we've known from the beginning, since the preliminary hearing, that the Barbara Miller case tied into the Ricky Wolf case. It's our belief 100% that she was murdered because she knew who the actual culprits were in the Ricky Wolf murder. And with the ongoing investigation with the Barbara Miller case and what's come out of that, which is tons, that we can't go into details with it yet, but it's coming to light. We hope to be fully vindicated. I'd like to bring closure for the Miller family and also for the Wolf family.
And for your family.
And for my family, absolutely my family too. They deserve it. They went through hell.
And this is something that you've been passionate about from the day that you got out in 2006.
This is something I've been passionate about since May 9th of 1989, from the day they arrested me. I've never given up. I've never stopped fighting. I never once thought I was going to life in prison. I got up every day, got ready to go home. Every day. It was phone calls, it was reporters trying to reach out to the media, filing petitions, appeals, and every step in there was shut down by the courts because they said I had a fair trial.
And now, obviously, with new evidence, that is all.
It's all false. They withheld evidence that was withheld before the time of our trial. They actually turned over. It was a bill of lading, a receipt, to what have you, where it proved Billy was at work. Could not have been the driver. Not only couldn't he have been the driver, the car they said we had, he didn't buy it till the year before. They knew this. They knew this the whole time, and still they went ahead and prosecuted us.
And now, obviously, within the last 2 years, I would say, there's even more evidence that you didn't even know about.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was wrong on a lot of the factors. I mean, I'd have all the answers. I was fighting it from prison. I couldn't get the answers. It wasn't until the Daily Item itself got involved and pressed the issue with the Miller case that they started putting ties together between the Wolf case and the Miller case. And mainly thanks to Chief Police Tim Miller and Travis Bremington, who headed up the investigation into the Miller case. And it's what they kept uncovering, which they came to me and said, look, we can't solve one without the other. They're entwined.
All right. And with that being said, so you're moving forward now, and you're looking for the exoneration process, and I know that you did. There has been some filings here and there, and I know you can't get into that. But the reason being is also, and we talked about this, is work-related reasons, is because you have a family now, and there's things that you still can't do because.
Well, I'm still a convicted felon. As of this moment, I'm a convicted third-degree murderer of something I never even knew about, and I have international drug smuggling charges. I mean, I've never been west of Ohio in my life. But because to make it look so much better, they kept piling it on. They even charged us with a RICO Act, which is operating a corrupt organization with corrupt money, and it was totally, that's thrown out. It was totally false.
And you've been dealing with this for 30 years.
30 years.
30 years. So you just want it to go away, and you had told me you are a skilled welder.
Yes.
So there's places that you can go to work where you can make good money to support your family.
Well, let's say I'm a certified welder. I don't know how skilled I am. But certified welder. I'm in the union Boilermakers, local 45, and I can work at the power plants in the area, and I have clearance for those. But as for the nuclear plants, which have outages every so many months, which is guaranteed money, which is guaranteed a lot of money, I can't get in because I can't get the red badge to get clearance because of my conviction. And I want total exoneration for something I never knew about. But I also want compensated for what I'd been through. It wasn't just, oops, we made a mistake. It was, they made the mistake and they kept pressing the issue to make sure that we did not get out.
And it took 30 years of your life here. And
30 years of my life.
And
Took 17
family
years in
members
prison.
that died
yes.
and you couldn't go to. And
my mother passed away and I wasn't allowed to attend the funeral. I had sheriffs offer to pay out of their pocket the cost to come and get me at Cole Township and take me to my mother's funeral, and the judge denied it, who happened to be the prosecutor in my case at the time.
And there's also, I understand that you're in talks with various, you don't have to get into the details, I get it, but you're in talks with various production companies all over the place who have been contacting you with.
Yes, we're actually looking to do a series through Netflix, and we're in talks with them right now. And there's interested parties who want to produce it and put it out there. And the book's still on the verge of coming out. It had to be revised, of course, because of everything that was found out during the investigation with Tim Miller and Travis Bremingen.
But at the end of the day, with all that said, basically the exoneration process is so you can go back to living your life now and be able to support your family and do the things that you need to do for that.
Oh, well, absolutely too, and not to be smart about it, but I want to thumb my nose at the court. They put me through hell, and they put Billy through hell. He has every right, as I do, to walk down the street and not be scrutinized. We were model citizens by no means, but we sure as hell weren't killers.
Well, thanks for coming out.